Hello and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigerians' leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30 minutes wholesome package that comprises brand news, branding focus, and industry conversation, all in a mix, encompassing thorough and in-depth, all aimed at promoting the brand idea. I'm Ogale Abikele.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
Good to have you back. First on Marketing on TV is brand news, where we bring you the latest developments around brands and in the field of marketing, advertising, and communication in Nigeria and around the world. Now on brand news. As technological innovation continue to disrupt the integrated marketing communications industry, advertising spots on print media has reduced drastically following the rapid shift to digital platforms, which has high propensity for return on investment. A recent research by Marketing Edge revealed that advertisement has dwindled considerably across major national dailies, with few advertisers from the banking sector. According to the report for the month of April 2023, Punch had 15 banking ads, This Day had 40 banking ads, The Nation had 8 banking ads, Vanguard had 3 banking ads, and The Sun had 1 banking ad. Back in the day globally, total newspaper ad revenue grew from $15.5 billion in 1980 to a peak of $49.4 billion in 2005. It, however, collapsed to $25.8 billion by 2010. Meanwhile, it was calculated that newspaper advertising spending worldwide would reach around $28.3 billion in 2022. The average ad spending per reader in the newspaper advertising segment is projected to amount to $27.13 billion in 2023. According to other industry forecasts, this figure has been declining since 2007 and is projected to drop further to $26.6 billion by 2024. In line with the provisions of the Act and Code of Professional Marketing Practice, the Disciplinary Tribunal of the National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria (NIMN) has recorded its first case since its inauguration on 7th May 2021. This was disclosed by the Registrar of the Institute, Sydney Ogodo, in an exclusive interview with Marketing Edge on TV, where he stated that the case was brought before the tribunal in June last year and has not concluded proceedings. Recall that the tribunal held its first meeting 11 months after its inauguration to enable it to understand the legal perspective on how it would discharge its duty. The NIMN Code of Professional Marketing Practice was approved by members of the Institute in accordance with NIMN Act 25 of 2003 to serve as a catalyst in building a strong and highly professional marketing institute. The arbitrary increase of taxes on some products, as captured in the 2023 fiscal policy by the federal government, has been described as capable of worsening the economic woes of helpless Nigerians who have to contend with dwindling purchasing power. Fiscal policy partner and African tax leader at PwC, Taiwo Oyedele, explained that the tax increase will weigh negatively on the economy as it will further put upward pressure on inflation. According to him, the economic challenges necessitated by the increase will force manufacturers to pass the financial cost of production on the consumers. In the finance document signed by Zainab Ahmed, Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, an additional excise taxes ranging from 20% to 100% increases on previously approved rates for alcoholic beverages, tobacco, wines, and spirits have been introduced effective from 1st June 2023. Although the excise duty rate on non-alcoholic beverages is retained at the rate of 10 naira per litre. Other taxes include excise duty on single-use plastics, including plastic containers, films and bags at the rate of 10%, an import adjustment tax levy on motor vehicles of 2,006 cc to 3,999 cc at 2%, while 4,000cc and above will be taxed at 4%. Vehicles below 2,000cc, mass transit buses, electric vehicles, and locally manufactured vehicles are exempted. As part of its mandate to ensure ethical and responsible advertising on digital platforms, the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ACON, has received approval from the Federal High Court, Abuja, to serve the right of summons and other court processes to Meta head office in USA for violations and infractions of the Nigerian advertising laws. This approval is sequel to an application by Alcon in a 30 billion naira suit against the internet giant owners of Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp social media apps. Recall that the Apex Advertising Agency had hinted that as part of efforts to ensure strict adherence to the advertising law on social media platforms, it commenced talks with platform owners to facilitate easy enforcement of the law. In the same vein, the regulatory agency also engaged with the secondary social media owners and influencers to acquaint them with the fundamentals of the new advertising law, especially on digital platforms. In line with global sustainability initiatives to reduce carbon footprints in the world through eco-friendly practices, marketers have been urged to adopt the regenerative mindset with an all-encompassing operational framework centered on value optimization for all stakeholders, where safety and well-being of all is prioritized over organizational bottom line. Speaking during the 2023 Global Marketers Conference of the World Federation of Advertisers (WFA), Rupen Desai, a renowned marketer, stated that regenerative mindset is the biggest opportunity for professionals and should be reflected across the value chain of businesses and furtherance of the sustainable development goals in the interest of future generations. He added that the language of growth and sustainability needs to change from the incremental improvement on carbon reduction to a more deepening impact where business decisions revolve around value for the business, people, community, and the planet. Well, that was brand news. Next is branding focus after this break.
Where's Glory?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Glow! Oh, where Glow now?
I take you.
No Glow, don't go village. Tell all our customer abi.
Everybody pay attention. See, now Glow dedicated 10x. Now in they dash me 10 times the credits when I load. Or even summer me double data join.
Yeah. Wait, so with 1.5 when they give all of us, so you they enjoy up to 15,000 naira credit and data.
And I say I never finish you. See, now say if we enjoy if I join Glow dedicated 10x. Una go get 1,000 naira welcome credit. You just carry your phone, dial *777#. Finish.
Correct.
Glow, you don't win. You don't do.
Una still dey here. Hello, please, I'm looking for Glow.
Please save now Glow be dey fine. Now Glow be dey go.
Okay, so
Enjoy 10 times the value of your recharge on Glow Berekete 10X. You also get 1,000 naira for calls and data and double data bonus on your subscription.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Now on branding focus. Proud to the launch of 5G, marketers, like their counterparts in other professions, threw huge promises around. It has been a while since 5G came to fruition, yet its promise to revolutionize marketing and other subsectors of the marketing communication industry remains unseen. As marketers and marketing communication professionals, it was expected that augmented reality (AR) and virtual reality (VR) had nearly drowned in their own hype. To them, 5G was the life raft necessary to take AR and VR mainstream, with experiential marketing benefiting the most in the creative disruption. However, despite the hype surrounding it, the rollout of 5G technology has not lived up to the promises it made to marketers. One of the main reasons why 5G has not fulfilled its promise to marketers is the slow rollout of the technology. Even though 5G has been available in some parts of the world since 2019, the rollout has been slow in many other areas. This meant that the benefits promised by 5G have not been accessible to a significant proportion of the population. Without widespread access to 5G, it is difficult for marketers to deliver on their promises of faster download speeds, reduced latency, and improved connectivity. Another reason why 5G has not fulfilled its promise to marketers is the cost of implementation. Upgrading to 5G technology requires significant investment in infrastructure, which many companies have been reluctant to make. Without the necessary investment, marketers are unable to deliver on the promises made to customers, which can lead to disappointment and a loss of trust. In addition to the slow rollout and high implementation costs, there are also technical limitations to 5G technology that have prevented it from fulfilling its promises to marketers. One of the main limitations is the range of 5G signal. Unlike 4G technology, which has a relatively wide range, 5G signals are much more limited. This means that 5G network requires significantly more infrastructure to provide coverage as 4G networks. As a result, many areas still do not have access to 5G technology, which limits the ability of marketers to deliver on their promises. While waiting for 5G technology to fulfill its promise for marketers to deliver on a range of benefits to customers, the world may have switched to 6G. As progress is still being made in the development of 5G technology, it is pertinent to remind it of its promise to customers. When I was branding Focus, next is industry conversation where we have interactions with distinguished personalities who have been at the forefront of the strategic positioning and promotion of brands. Well, today we have with us the president of the Experiential Marketers Association of Nigeria, X-Man, who is also the group managing director of Republicom Group, Tunji Adeyinka, after this break.
Every day, life presents hopes, dreams, and challenges. Challenges that can become successes with a little help. Because a little help can empower you to go from despair to celebration. A little help can keep you going until the race is won. A little help can turn bundles of anxiety into a bundle of joy. And with Glow Data, you get much more than just a little help. You get the biggest data deals in town to make every day glow with small wins and big wins. Dial *777# to select your Glow Data plan.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Hello and welcome to Industry Conversation, a segment on Marketing Edge on TV, where we have interactions with distinguished personalities in the business of brand management. Well, today we have with us the president of the Experiential Marketers Association of Nigeria, who is also the group managing director of Republicom Group, Tunji Adeyinka. So pleased to have you with us on Industry Conversation.
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Same here, sir. So Mr. Tunji Adeyinka is the group managing director of the Republicom Group, a full-service agency group with an inspired agenda to transform businesses in Africa by offering strategic business, marketing, and communication solutions to meet their needs in the new digital age. He has worked on different brands in several sectors, covering technology, telecommunications, FMCG, finance, and healthcare for over 28 years. You're welcome again on Industry Conversation.
Thank you very
But
much.
if I get to read your entire profile, I'm sure we'll not leave yesterday. And so it's a great feeling that we're having this conversation because the last time we talked was about 2 years right now.
Yes.
And we've experienced the pandemic, rapid technological innovations in the entire IMC industry. So what would be your assessment of the integrated marketing communication sector in Nigeria?
Yeah. Once more, thank you for having me. So if you look at the industry in the past 1 year or thereabout, if you're not careful, you may be looking at what has happened on the regulatory side. in terms of the Arcon law and the other regulatory improvements within that period. But I think it's more around the things that have happened in the industry. We've had, just coming out of COVID, we've had an industry that has had to really be very accountable because you have businesses, the core businesses that we service that have been facing challenges. Our economy has not been growing as fast as it should. And therefore, that has had a lot of telling effect on the companies that we work with. And that has affected the industry. It's affected the industry, but it's also then brought about more innovation, and it's brought about a more accountable system in terms of before a brand spends money. It's very, very critical to be sure that they're spending it the right way. So I think that those things have changed, and those things have continued to change. In the area of talent, the global talent squeeze or talent challenge has also affected the industry. A lot of Nigerians are within agencies, within the middle class range, within the segment 20 to 40, 45, who are professionals, and some in the industry business have moved out of Nigeria, as have in other sectors as well. So that has affected the industry adversely. But what that has also done is that you have a large instance of outsourcing and freelancing, which means that agencies are beginning to look at their human relations and their staffing and talent management through a different scope. So not in the way that they used to look at that. So they're looking at it differently in terms of talent management and the rest. So that is another side which has really been very important in terms of the way that industries or agencies are fared in the last year or thereabout. Now, what do we see today is that there is, now you find that agencies which are already specialized, you still see more specialization, but that specialization is driven by the needs of the clients, is driven by their problems that they need to solve, and also driven by technology. So in summary, that is the way I would capture how the industry has evolved in the last year.
Okay, let's speak about the experiential business. We understand that after the COVID experience, professionals had to think about how to navigate the new challenge, a new normal that has come to the entire business and practice of experiential marketing in Nigeria. So what would be your assessment so far in terms of when we see that technology is also disrupting the industry, and you have to either innovate or you exit the business landscape. So what would be your assessment?
So COVID brought about a very fast introduction and fast adoption of technology, even in the experiential space. So you have the digital events, which have now come to stay. You've had a lot of introduction of measurement tools, when you're talking especially in the space of shopper marketing and trade marketing and the rest of that. So you've had a lot, I would say, more positive impact on the experiential industry, because experiential has come full circle in terms of justifying its place in the marketing budget. Experiential marketing practitioners have had to be a lot more bullish in terms of rationalizing what experiential does for your brand. So we're seeing a split in the budget that allows you to show that when it comes to coming face to face with the consumer and giving your brand a 360-degree feel and allowing the consumer to experience your brand, that experiential offers that to your brand more than any other practice would. And therefore, that is one of the things that has paid us in terms of experiential. So a lot of losses during COVID, yes, but we've stepped out of that, and we've embraced digitization, we've embraced technology, and we've embraced engagement at scale. So you'll see in the solutions that a lot of Xman members are providing to their clients that these are very key. They never used to be very important in the scheme of things, but they're now very, very important. And what Xman has continued to do is to ensure that we bring in best practice to give any member of Xman almost has like an elevated platform to stand on in terms of what you are able to deliver to your client. So that's the way experiential has been.
So in your earlier response, you spoke about experiential marketing having the rightful place in the marketing budget. And then what comes to mind is how effective is data in our climate today? Do you think we have enough reliable and accurate data that can work in terms of delivering optimally on marketing objectives?
I think that we do. We always want to dwell on what we don't have, rather than look at what we have and what we can do with what we have. And we do have a lot of data. We may not have enough, but we do have a lot of data. We have first-party data, for example, which is user data from different companies or clients that we serve. One of the challenges that we have with that is that a lot of clients or businesses really struggle to allow their partners to use that data even for their own business. But so we have first-party data, and then we have second-party data as well. We have data which is collected nationally, and we have data which is specific to the different brands or products that we work with. So if you are looking at some of the work that we do in experiential, the client gives you a very clear target in terms of who they want to reach and what they want to achieve by way of objectives. And what we have tried to develop almost as a standard across members is that we have very clear data capture protocols recognizing the new regulatory laws in the area of data and data management. So, but we have very good data capture capacity now to ensure that you have the right data, you are targeting the right people, and that you have at the end of whatever it is that you have put on the table in terms of your engagement, that you are able to look at the outcome. And we say that everything starts from the objectives. So very clear objectives, a very clear strategy, which is linked to the objectives, very clear tactics linked to the strategy, and from the beginning, a very clear metric of measurement to measure each of the objectives and see which ones you have achieved and the ones that you have not achieved. So what that means is that if the objectives are clear enough, measurement will also be clear. But if you're not clear, very clear on the objectives, then you're going to struggle with the measurement. So, but if you have a dashboard where from the beginning we're clear about the objectives, we're clear about the picture of success, and we're clear about how this exam is going to be marked, so we know what to measure and what we're not going to measure from day one. Yeah, so that's why I say that in terms of the work that we do for brands, we do have enough data, as it were, to do the work that we do. But in addition to that, two things that we've done in the last 2 years. So we have a committee, which is a transformation committee, which has been working on a global experiential metrics for measurement of campaigns. So that work has progressed over time. We have not finished on that side. That's one. But two is we're also working with a research company, we're at the exploratory stage now, to begin to speak to marketing directors and clients to look at the pain points which experiential answers for them or delivers for them, and to look at how they measure the return on experiential investment. So all of that is going on. Measurement is very critical. Data is very important. And we do have, we could have more, but where we are today, we have enough to do what we need to do.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Well, that's the much we can take on Marketing Edge on TV this week. Do well to join us same time next for the second part of our conversation with the president of the Experiential Marketers Association of Nigeria, Tunji Adeika. I'm Ogale Abikele. See you again.